Hey, it's so good to be with you. I'm really thankful that you're here. I'm Jeff Jenkins, pastor of Anchor Church here in McKinney, Texas. This is my friend, a long-term friend, almost like a dad to me. This is Clyde Ledgerwood, and we're both partners in the kingdom of God and have been in Empukani, and we've seen the living experiences there and living conditions and the conditions of the pastors who are walking down the dirt roads, who are riding. Very few of them have a motorcycle. Very few of them have means of transportation. But lots of families are traveling for miles and miles just to get to Empukani, most of the time for just church. But every single time we go there are so many pastors that are in need, and we want to pull them all together and provide some type of community for them. And we also want to bring in speakers and people from the U.S. and all over the world to train these pastors. And it's been a challenge getting the living conditions up to a place that can actually host people in large gatherings and speakers. What was your first experience when you were there with the living conditions?
Well, the conditions are somewhat different than they are in the United States, obviously. I think that living in a metal building as a bunk room and sleeping with several other people, I enjoyed that. We had a good time. We had a lot of conversations and et cetera.
You can hear the hyenas like crazy. If you hear a hyena or somebody starts snoring, everybody's awake in the whole camp.
Yeah, at all times.
Yeah, midnight right. Walking out to the outhouses.
Well, that's another story. But, and that's taking a bath out of a bucket is not a problem. The outhouse that you talked about was kind of interesting. The American outhouse and the Kenyan outhouse basically function the same. One, I think probably the Kenyan is a little more entertaining. It basically consists of an outdoor structure and a hole in the ground, and that's about it.
That is about it. And so, what we really want is we're not trying to build something elaborate, but when you get out in the middle of the bush village, shelter is rare. Very few people have any kind of structure with a brick structure, but we bring pastors in, man. We really want to treat them well. One of the things that we really want in Empukani is a place to host pastors and pastoral leaders from the 18 to 20 different congregations that we have. We want to bring them in for multiple training events throughout the year. We also want to be able to host guest speakers and teachers that are coming from the U.S. and all over the world. And we're almost finished with phase one. Clyde, you were there in February. What was the lodge process like when you were there?
Well, in February, we were there in late February, early March, and at that time the lodge was going up, and it's a very interesting structure and et cetera. Totally different from what they have existing in the bush right now, and it's really great. The phase one project has 3 separate bunk rooms that collectively will house 18 people.
Wow!
And it's really great, which is different than what we have now. Also, there's a really good dressing area and a changing unit, and there'll be 6 showers, 6 commodes,
6 showers,
and 6 toilets.
That's a big deal.
Work.
That is a big deal. It's amazing to go and experience what's happening there in Empukani, and we're looking forward to seeing progress and starting the very beginning. Right now, we're ready to begin the process of raising resources to start phase 2 and phase 3. And so we not only want to be able to host the pastors and host the leaders there, but we want to be able to do it at the same time. We believe after building the building, many of you partnered with us building the church building there. The very first time we were there, I think we had they said it sat 300 or something. We had 504 people there the very first time that we gathered in that building. And man, those kids pack it out, people pack it out. One day we're going to pack that building with nothing but pastors and their leaders, and host conferences there for the pastors in Empukani and all the way down into Tanzania. So what's partnering with this ministry been like for you, Clyde?
Oh, it's been, I don't know that you can describe it. Actually, I think it means so many different things to so many different people, and each one is special. To some, the children aspect, to some, the elders, to some, the communities. And in each one, there is a dream that comes out as to what could be.
Yeah.
And I believe that dream is more than just what could be. It is what God is going to do there.
Yeah.
And we get to be a part of that, Jeff.
Yeah.
You know, an interesting thing, Jeff, is we talked about phase one. Phase one also includes solar water, where we're going to be able to heat water solarly, and we're going to have power solarly, and we're also going to have backup generator. There's a tower that's being erected for a water tank. Phase two is going to expand that even more.
Wow.
Phase two, which will start hopefully soon, is we'll go ahead and have another 3 room of bunks. Which will give our capacity up to 36.
Wow.
And that's just amazing. In addition to that, there'll be a kitchen.
There's nothing like this anywhere in the entire region.
No.
Not even close to it. And we're not trying to go elaborate. We're just trying to be excellent. There's a big difference in being extravagant and being excellence. Excellence is being able to treat people well, host people with dignity and honor, allowing people to rest well, and we're bringing them the best we can, aren't we?
And that's going to happen because phase two will also have a kitchen facilities, and it'll have indoor dining where you can actually eat inside instead of out on an open porch, which is great.
Yeah.
But there's some drawbacks to that.
Yeah.
And it's going to have other things as well. But the really great thing is what happens then in phase three. When we get to phase three. Phase three will be in addition to where there's 2 additional, we'll call them mini suites, and it'll be provided for missionaries who come for a long term, can stay there for a longer term.
I really love this way of engaging partners and potential partners, future partners. There's way more of us can gather right here in this atmosphere than in a building, at a dinner or a table. And right now, there's a number right at the bottom of your screen, and we'd love for you to click on that. You can text to give right now. You can become a partner right this moment. And whether it's small gifts or a large gift, we need both. We need people to actually pitch in at a high level, and we need people to pitch in at whatever level you can. And you're going to make a difference right now. Our goal tonight is to actually raise $70,000 for phase 2 and phase 3. And it is a joy to be here with you. I want you to know that every single thing you do in the name of Christ for Him is bearing fruit, not only here, but for all eternity. And we love you. Thank you for being a part of this tonight.